did you end up having a jiu-jitsu gym in a laundromat?
Holy shit, dude.
This is the jiu-jitsu lifestyle.
Soap is soap. It smells better than not having soap.
And I rolled it over and it had maggots with eating all its belly and it burst.
This is rich people food.
The one chicken man's a superpower for the brothers, man.
Our parents raised us telling us that we were wizards.
How you like sleeping on the mats?
I don't know. I'm just chasing a dream, I guess.
I'm extremely happy for him to be my first black belt, and I'm very proud of him, and it's an emotional day, and I'm very excited.
I'm from Hazard, Kentucky. Pretty rough area. There's some hardship there for sure.
Biscuits to gravy. I dropped the whole goddamn platter on his ass.
This is the Pedigo Submission Fighter House.
This fucking hammock like cradles you at nighttime. This is the box. You can see all the screws poking out.
We're about to fucking do a 10-hour trip.
Happy to put on performance. Hope I get on another one.
So Panda Express every day, all day.
That's what's exciting to me. Getting crazy, doing crazy things, slamming people on their neck. That's fun.
Oh shit, we're straight. We got 2 beds on this floor. We could fit 5 more motherfuckers in here. PSF's here to stay, man. We're just gonna keep getting better, keep pushing out new champions. Daisy Fresh boys, we're coming.
It's in the pot. The gravy's in the pot. That's why it's cooking in here. Can't you see? It's steaming because there's, you know, the moisture and, you know, condensation, all that bullshit.
Good, side to side, no reaching. It's Astro.
What's it like training in the winter?
Sometimes it feels like it's nicer than the summer because it's not 110, but it does get really, really misty and humid, and the mats are fucking frozen when you first get on them. So like when you get swept or you try to wrestle, it's like hitting concrete.
I'm having a hard time catching my fucking breath. It's not even like I'm getting tired because I'm like out of shape or anything. I just can't fucking breathe, dude. No, I've been in
You never felt pain until you felt someone strip your grips when it's 20 degrees in the room.
Woo!
That
sounds like a bitch, yo.
There's creatures in the mist everywhere around here. You can't get away from nobody.
Close.
I can't fucking breathe.
Thank God that's over.
In the last several IBJJF tournaments, we've placed really high as a team in Nogi. Won a few opens and a second at the Nogi Pans a little while back. Feeling pretty good, man. I think we're going to be right there competing at the first place team trophy. We got a lot of #1 ranked guys at blue and purple, so really, really solid roster. So we're pretty stoked about that. I think it's going to be pretty badass.
Morning. Did you drink all that water?
Half of it. Yeah. It's cool, man, to see everybody grow. Everything, time just fucking flies. This is literally like 6 years ago, like 5 years ago. It all just goes boom. San Francisco, right? Yeah. At the Cow Arena, right? Yeah, you killed it that day.
Shit.
Wait, what's going on with your hair?
I wanted to be like Spatchy, you know? Maybe give me some superpowers. So we'll see how it goes today. If I lose, scratch everything. I gotta shave it off if I lose. I do a little maintenance on tractors. When they're about to get sold or get in use, I just clean them up and make them look good and get all the tidy work done to them. I'll probably work 3 to 4 hours in the morning, a couple days a week, so I can make both training practices. It makes living in the gym 10 times easier, having like a little steady income, not worry like where's the money gonna come from next. Ugh, fuck me, dude, that hurts so bad. Dude, if you don't use gloves out here, fuck. Getting up at 7 o'clock when it's 15 degrees out, and then you gotta hold the power washer for 4 hours, and then your fingers are like so brittle they feel like they'll break off, and then you got to train in the gi for 2.5 hours in the morning and night, and then repeat that 3-4 times a week, and you got to stay pretty solid. So it's like a total, like a tractor like this, if it was like got off the field and it was like super dirty, it'll probably take like 12 hours of getting it back to like it can get on the showroom and people can look at it. So I used to train at this old academy in Mascoutah, Illinois, and I trained there for a couple months, and then he asked me if I wanted to go to California to do pans. I met the guys from Pedigree Submission Fighting at the airport, and I always heard stuff about him, and I was like, oh dude, those are PSF guys, that's Andrew Wiltsey, that's Bird Wiltsey. I went to Pans, I ended up losing, and he was like, hey, I could tell you've never done anything with Spider Guard. You can come to the gym for free. We'll just teach you some Spider Guard and you can take it back to your gym and do whatever. So I went and visited his gym once or twice. I realized to be a world champion, like be a top elite athlete, I'd have to train at PSF. So I just kind of strayed away from my gym and moved to PSF. I was 15, 4 years ago. Being the youngest person there is like having 5 older brothers that never put you down. So having 5, 6, 7, you know, people around you all the time trying to push you and better you, there's no doubt in your head about what you want to do. So it feels like you can pretty much just do anything. Because they've been through it, you know, I'm 19, they're 24, 26, 27. I just take in as much as knowledge as they can give me.
Little Jacob, little champ right here getting massaged down. He gonna win. It's guaranteed murder. Mount Vernon versus the world.
The mindset I get is when I'm about to step on the mat is in my weight class, no one's stronger, faster, smarter than me. You know, they can't touch me, you know what I'm saying?
Little Jacob, he's too fast, he's too athletic, and he's mean. He doesn't care. Like, his goal at the fight to win was to slam his opponent unconscious, and I actually thought he was going to be able to do it. He's vicious, man. He's probably, just like grappling-wise, one of the best guys at the gym. He has the skill set to just beat the fuck out of anyone.
Put some pressure on him. I want him on his stomach. Good, 2 minutes, he's exhausted, Jacob, he's exhausted. Pressure him, pressure him.
After the 2, sometimes 3-minute mark, Heath will yell, he's tired or he's changed, you know, he's not going as hard as he could, and that's when I know.
That's it, let's go! You got the points, baby, let's go! You got too much respect for these guys. Get the 2. You're the best wrestler in the division by far.
Start to handle business, baby. Go get something.
What I've realized is not a lot of people can take 6 minutes of constant boom, boom, boom without them slipping. You know, if I'm attacking the whole time and they're just defending, I'm waiting for that slip.
Hey, Jacob, let's fucking go now. Let's go. That's it, that's it.
Let's say even if I do lose, well, that dude, after that 6 minutes, I know he's dead beat tired.
Keep him in bounds. Let's go, that's 2. Let's go, let's go. All day.
I just like the hard-paced grind mentality.
We're here at my new home. Saved up some money and I bought a new whip. It's a little bit fancier, so no more hammock. This one was $2 grand, so still cheap, but a little bit more of an upgrade for sure. All right. So it's a sliding door. Got a full queen bed in there. This thing's like a makeshift ghetto frame that I just put on tubs, but it works. One of the guys got a heater. It's all shore power, so I got this extension cord, so wherever I park, I got a 100-foot extension cord, and I just run it. So like that one plugs into the gym right there. So I park right here, and that yellow cord plugs in there. But it keeps it around like 40 to 50, enough to like break the cold. You know what I mean? So you can like fall asleep. So it's pretty chill. It's not too bad because it's like I just sleep in here, but I live out of there. Although all the kitchen stuff is in there, I store a lot of my stuff in there. So this is just like basically just a bed and a little bit of storage stuff. So it's nothing crazy. We got a bunch of guys coming in, moving in the gym, a bunch of guys moving out, man. We have, I think, like 2 fighter houses now. So we just keep growing and growing and growing, man. But I prefer to kind of have my own space where I can like move everywhere, basically. I was born in Nicaragua, 7 years old, moved to California. When I was 14, we moved to Texas. When I was 21, you know, I left the country with the Marine Corps. So every 7 years, man, I kept moving. I think now, like, when I get set in one place, like, I just feel trapped, and I'm like, I don't like living in a house. I figured out I prefer living this because then I can bounce around between all the guys' houses, like Marshall's crib. I can park there and chill with them, sleep there. I can go to Heath's, hang out there. I can sleep here if I want to. I can sleep at Alejandro's. It makes me feel like more of a nomad. I kind of like that, feeling a little bit better, a little more free for me. I was born in Nicaragua. It was like no indoor plumbing, no running water, so we had to go everything outside. It was rough for sure, but you know, my parents always made sure that we had food and then we were clothed. So, you know, we had basically everything we needed just to be healthy and stay alive. When I was a little kid, my dad used to take us to these like rooster fights, like cockfighting. I have this memory, man, of like I'm down there in the pits and I'm wearing a chain. This dude comes up to me and like he like picks up the chain and he's like, man, this is a nice chain, kid. And then that's the last thing I remember. My dad told me it was like 2 weeks later that I'm like getting back into his arms, basically. So like for that 2 weeks, I have like no memory of what happened. He told me that I was just, that guy took me. They either conducted some kind of like get back thing to get me back. My dad tried to talk to me about it, asked me, I was just like, I don't know. It's still like completely black. So I was, I think I was like 5 or 6 years old when that happened. In '79, the Sandinista government in Nicaragua was kind of sweeping through all the small towns trying to take over. My grandpa, they ended up just whacking him, took all his land, took everything. So my grandma, well, she started making plans, started getting stuff together to move to the US. My grandma brought us all here to Long Beach, actually. I was 7, so it was '99. It was wild, man. I had never seen a 2-story building before. It felt like we were at an amusement park. It was hard for me to comprehend, like, looking at a city, because we lived in just villages and towns over there, you know what I mean? And it was like seeing like buildings and cars and all this shit was wild. It felt like I was like in a movie or something. 10 days after I graduated high school, I left for boot camp. Basically spent the next 4 or 5 years in the reserves. So my whole plan was to become an officer in the Marine Corps, become a pilot. Across the campus, an old buddy from high school opened up a jiu-jitsu school there. And I was like, man, I don't know how to fight. I should probably learn how to fight. I've never trained. I've always wanted to do it. And then I started training, and then like within a month, I fell in love with it, and it was all I wanted to do. At 2 months in, I completely dropped out of school. I started filling out paperwork so I can get early out of the Marine Corps, and I was like, in my head now, I'm like 100% jiu-jitsu now. I just want to do this, train full time, compete. And it's been like that basically for the last 5, 6 years.
George hasn't been able to pull the trigger in a major. He got second at the Worlds in the championships at Blue. Last year he got a really tough draw. He lost in the first round of the Nogi Worlds. That's by an advantage. He's always just came up short, man. He's that guy that's kind of always been on the podium. I think this is his time, man. I feel very strong, man. I think that this is going to be kind of his coming out party, and he's going to, you know, be able to close that deal.
Two more. Semi's next. 2 more for gold.
All the way, all the way. At least 2 here, at least 2 here.
All right, George. Let's go. Yay!
At least 2 here, at least 2. Nice.
Hey. Vandal.
Good. Hey, you look good. Just keep it up. Keep it up.
Okay, Jorge.
That's 2, George. It's 2. Just settle, settle, settle. It's 2. Get your 2.
Nice, George. Nice.
29 seconds, George. good.
I'm putting on some EDM.
That's your favorite music?
To lift to, dude? Yeah. That shit's hot as fuck. I love weightlifting. It's just meathead shit. Makes me feel primal.
We're probably lifting 3 times a week. If we're having like really rough training week, we'll drop it down to 2. And then if we're having like a competition that weekend, we'll drop it down to 2. But generally 3.
I'm still trying to get my ass to the grass, you know, whatever they say. I'm not good at lifting at all. I feel like I'm not strong. This is probably like my 8th lifting session in my entire life. I'm still getting used to even like lifting properly. You know, I just don't know the correct form or anything like that, but I feel way stronger. I don't know how.
Sure you can handle all that?
I'm gonna fucking try, dude. I don't know, it's a lot of weight. George's got stronger legs and a stronger ass than I do, so.
Tighter?
Tighter, yeah, wait.
Ow, 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 ow.
My fucking hip flexor, bro. Fucker's like tight. Probably been squatting all this heavy ass weight.
Yeah.
I'm getting beefy though, so it's worth it.
Oh, I'm just trying to get a big ass like George Valadares. That's all I want. I just want a big ass.
Yeah, he's got a fucking caboose on him, don't he?
He's got all big caboose. He's got a big old dong.
Motherfucker's got some drive out of the hole.
Yeah.
You know that Couch and Alejandro admire your ass so much?
Yeah, I did. They tell me every day.
So we're at our local food pantry. We come here every once in a while when we're like low on funds and like, you know, we need a little bit of extra food and stuff. The food here, the sell-by dates expired, just like the stores give them away, but like the food's still good, it's just their sell-by date's not good.
They have really good stuff today. They have these muscle milk protein shakes. I think they're expired by a little bit, but we've been drinking them.
Yeah, we've been drinking them.
Right.
We haven't been sick yet, so yeah. Maybe it adds protein when they get older. George, do you want to keep one of these? These ones are actually really good. The new stuff?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'll keep one of them.
You got enough cheese?
Thank you. We do like the cheese.
But with like 15, 20 full-time guys in the gym, man, it's like hard scraping by sometimes. Like we all work little odd jobs, but we don't really make a whole lot of money. Everything we save up is for tournaments, travel. So the hundreds of dollars we spend on groceries now, we can use that to, you know, more tournaments, more travel, just make ourselves a little more comfortable. So yeah, this is incredible what they're doing here.
You got almost 100 muscle milk right there.
Oh, easily. We chug probably a case every 2 to 3 days. So this makes it way easier on us. And we're simple guys. We just need like protein, carbs, just like simple things that athletes need. So this stuff's perfect.
It's basically the gym and then 2 fighter houses,
Yeah,
right?
so the other house is the first one. That's the one that you guys went to with Marshall when you guys were carrying logs with him. Then this is the second one. So there's like 5 to 6 of us that live here, and then there's like 2 guys that like float. So like everyone kind of starts off in the gym and then works their way up. In the gym, there literally is no space. So I think it's good sometimes to get away from each other every now and then. But like we all hang out with each other. Like the guys from the other house over there come over here all the time. Some of the guys in the gym come over here. You know, like we all still get together. So it's not really messed up the morale or split us apart whatsoever. I think it's actually made us closer.
This is it, baby. This is what we work for. I'm hungry. I'm ready. I want it.
Alejandro looked incredible, man. Benjamin Kunzel he had in the quarterfinals, and I think that Ben was kind of a choice for everyone to win the division. He's an extremely tough guy, and you know, he can wrestle. He's got amazing guard, and you know, he's from Fight Sports. You know, the guys down there, they're constantly killing it.
Hey, let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
49 seconds, Alejandro, 49 seconds. Count that shit, let's go. 18-0, 18-0, let's go. Heavy pressure, 29 seconds.
Don't stop, man, don't stop, let's go.
He's good, that kid's really good, so it's a big win. I'm in the semis, I'm on the podium, but I want that gold, baby. I want that gold. I'll die out there if I have to. I want it.
That's all day. That's all day, man. Let's go.
Alejandro really put the beat down, man. I mean, I think that final score was like 18-0, you know what I mean? He just told me going into the match, look, this is the match I've been waiting for. You know, I want to go with Ben because Ben's incredible. It's time for me to break out at purple. And then he went out there, man, he just carried that out onto the mat, man. And I thought Alejandro would win, but I didn't think he would win like that. You know, he's got to know, not only can he mix it up with these guys, you know, he can hammer them.
Out here. I got the new SpongeBob's, courtesy of the EP drop. Not really, they were like $3 at Ross.
Spachi's coming back. Hasn't competed in a minute, right?
Yeah, he has had some few injuries, had some back injuries, and he's been spending a lot of time on his hair and getting it, you know, where he wants it. Now I think he's got it where he wants it, so he's going to compete again. So this is kind of his comeback. Pretty excited about that, have him back.
Nice. Keep your attachments, keep your attachments.
There's so many people that like, you're the guy from the Daisy Fresh series. They say, I've watched all the episodes, you're my favorite character. It's crazy. At the same time, it makes you a little nervous because you feel like you're expected to be good and everyone's looking at you. I've been chasing this opportunity for the whole time I've been in the United States. I finally got my jiu-jitsu better. I finally mentally got tougher so I don't just shit the bucket, you know what I mean? When I'm competing, I've got the guys around me, so I've got the jiu-jitsu to win.
Bora, entre o joelho. Bora. Boa, chileno.
Good, Spash, big back step in here, passing. Let's go.
Por cima. Cai por cima, chileno. Com a mão direita.
All the way down, all the way, all the way. Good, you can't let him step over. Now you're just gonna snake that elbow out slowly. Keep your heels high, don't let him step over. Good, get that elbow out, peel that elbow out. Just stay on it. Go, go, let's go. That's it. Get the back.
Briga, isso. 10 segundos, chileno.
Underhook, Spash. Underhook, pass, let's go.
3, 2. Boa, chileno. Boa.
I got pulled into deep half and I thought I had a guillotine when I was on top. I got an advantage for it, but I gave up the 2. I was being a little bit lazy and you have that doubt in your mind or the little voice that tells you it's okay to give up the sweep, you know, so I got swept, I got on my back and he put me in double unders for about like 2 to 3 minutes. I think it was like maybe 60 to 70% of the match. You know, he was coaching me the whole time. I was trying to do everything that he told me to do, but I couldn't recover. I was sad for a minute, I guess, but once I started hanging out with people and coaching and stuff like that and realizing that it's bigger than me, being sad ain't gonna do nothing about it.
We don't love water. Hey, we gonna feel that with moonshine. Spatch, his wrestling has improved so much. He was pushing the pace and he was going after it, and you just couldn't pull the W out. The guy's tough. Do your wrestling stance. I'm gonna work with him on his wrestling, and I think that's a hole in his game that once we get under control, get him a couple moves that he can work with, that he's gonna be like a completely all-around competitor, and he's gonna really start putting points on the board and coming home with some medals at purple belt consistently.
It was tough to watch him lose. We all go through the slump, you know what I mean? It's you know, in life, you know, it's hard to not get down on yourself. It's really hard. It's part of the game, you know what I mean? You got to keep your chin up, and it's important for the guys to help him keep his chin up too, you know what I mean? That's part of being on a team, and that was his first tournament since Nogi Worlds, I think. You know, I'm excited for him to get going again, man. He's still got some work to do, and he knows that though. You know, he's a tough dude, and he's a full-time student, so I'll be excited when he has a little bit more time and we can work on stuff a little bit more.
Keep it, just stick it, stick it. He's gonna keep rolling through, just stick it.
Spatch. Jacob, he's an incredible coach.
He knows jiu-jitsu, he knows the sport. He does a really good job at scouting all of our opponents.
And I think one day, when Spatch is a black belt, he'll have an incredibly successful gym and he'll have a gang of killers one day because he's awesome.
Flying finger lock.
Okay, now we're talking.
You jump and you grab the fingers and you split them apart. So you want to separate the integers away from the other integers, split the hands apart.
Genius.
You think that? I guess Jacob. Do you think Jacob to be your husband? I do. Oh. We tried to stretch this out on my show before we got here.
It's my fingers.
Yeah, it's bad. They're swollen. At least you're sweating so it goes on. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. I think so, yeah. Okay. By the power of S2E1, state of Illinois, and the Daisy Fresh Church of Heath Pedigo, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
I was gonna leave you out there. We're at my house. At Casa. That's how people say it, right? My home. It's like about 4 or 5 minutes away from the gym. This is it. This is the hallway. There you go. This is the bathroom. That's a cat. The cat came with the house, actually. This is Aiden's room. Through here is our bedroom, just here. You don't want to look at it, I promise. It's secret. This is the lounge room. We have a guest right here. And then the kitchen's through there. My leader is my wife. We actually met in the gym. She lived in Effingham and she trained at Chad's gym.
I actually met Jacob up there and convinced him to come to the bar and hang out. And then I started coming down every once in a while to Pedigo and Mount Vernon, and I loved the atmosphere so much. I was driving an hour every day, back and forth, almost a year, just like trying to get down there to train. And we got married in May, and then I was able to make the move down here in September. So.
How's it house training, Spatchy?
It's really not bad. He listens real well, and honestly, like, we've made the transition to like living together pretty easy. It's not that bad.
It's like a little bit of a different lifestyle change. I wake up and I'm probably on a better schedule. You know, when I was in the gym, I was all over the place. I would put my stuff in different places. I would sleep on different parts of the mat. I think being here has like helped me focus on like whatever I need to get better, whether it's like my nutrition or it's like my lifting or it's like ignoring the train that's about to come by that we actually live right next to. I shower after every practice most of the time. Before, I think maybe once a week. Maybe longer than that, but I'm not going to say that, but it's great. When I first came, I probably showered 4 times a day. Every now and again I brush my teeth. I'm getting used to it. I elect to chew gum instead sometimes, but I'm going to take it one step at a time. Laundry is much easier. There's like a washer and a dryer that we use. Before, me and Marshall used to sneak into a community complex and we wouldn't actually have any soap either. So now that I have this and I'm working a little bit, I'm able to pay for like some detergent. How's that smell? You snuck the broccoli in there.
I did. He eats 100% more green vegetables now than he ever has before.
What do you think of Alita's jiu-jitsu?
Ever since she came down to Mount Vernon, it's gotten way better. And I can't imagine it's easy training with dudes that are like minimum 160 and max 220. You know, guys that know like what they're doing, so.
It's brutal. Like, sometimes the guys like don't realize that I'm, 120 pounds. And so you get launched every once in a while. Like nights like tonight, I'm gonna feel that for 3 days.
Aiden is Alita's daughter. She's good to have around too. She helps me with my schoolwork sometimes and I help her with mine. But I think hers is harder. So I try to do most of my schoolwork in the day, but I'm a major procrastinator. So I actually left all of my maths, my whole semester, until the last week and a half. And I have 1 semester left. When you're training 6 to 8 hours a day or whatever it is, and you put so much into something and you make sure you do absolutely everything you can, once you exhaust yourself like that with something like full time, it's really hard to put that same effort into something else. But for me in the long term, I'm really looking to open a school, and I know that this stuff probably helps a little bit, so I get it done.
Good stuff, Dro. Yes. Yes, keep hipping in. Keep hipping in. Just keep moving, Dro. Come on.
We're down 2 and an advantage. Hey, we ain't waiting, let's go. You gotta go. There's no pass, there's no points, you still gotta go. It's the same score. Alejandro, push his hips away. Now chase the back and then get up.
In the semis, I lost to the guy that ended up winning my division, and he's an incredible competitor, and I hope to run it back with him someday.
Alejandro had a really tough division, man, some great guys, but Al's right there, man. You know, he's been a purple belt for a short amount of time, and he hasn't got to compete tons, so I'm really excited for him. You know, that's kind of him breaking onto the scene at purple belt. He got to display, today kind of what he's got to show. So we're going to work on a few things, on bottom, and I think he's going to, be a contender, man. I think you're going to see him on top of major podiums over and over.
Hint the responsibility.
Hey.
Pizza.
Georgie.
But there's more. This is Daisy Fresh Fighter House number 2. So we ended up with 2 houses because the first one, we exceeded the limit pretty quickly. So we needed to get a bigger one. And I talked to some people around town and made it happen. And they were cool with having like a bunch of hooligan hood rat guys live in their house. So legitimately it's only like a 3-bedroom, but we turned it into like a 6-bedroom. Bedroom number 1 is in the basement. We have a shower down here. Those 2 washers and dryers right there, they blew out on us because we wash a lot of geese and the geese are rough on the washer and dryer. So we go through probably about 1 to 2 washer and dryers a year. This is probably where we spend majority of our time. George is over here slaving over all these pizzas. He made them from scratch.
All right here, all in the oven. Made them all handmade.
Yeah, handmade. These are Nicaraguan style pizzas. That's where my eye got split open. That's when we put George in the sauna. This bathroom is the only working bathroom right now. My bathroom is getting fixed at the moment, but there's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of bad things that happen here. Then we have the living room area. This is where we do most of our film study for jiu-jitsu and dance battles, and we hang out. Michael Sears just looks like he belongs there, doesn't he? And then this is Jesse's room. Jesse's the guy that owns the Daisy Fresh RV.
Show someone one tattoo.
It's like a mermaid, but instead of a fish body, it's a hot dog.
Wow.
She's squirting ketchup and mustard on her.
What does it mean to you?
Nothing. It has. What's
I just eat a lot of hot dogs.
With a lot of people comes a lot of waste. So we try to burn off most of the trash.
You're gonna burn the Jello? There's Jello in there. You got your own company going now? Yeah, I do.
I'm talking shit. We just burning everything? Hey, how do you decide what to put in the fire?
Everything goes.
Everything? Don't. If I go, you're going with me.
What's going on? Come on, Jesse! Come on! Jesse, go! Oh, dude, it was awesome, bro! That's camera action.
How did you get that?
Who let him have that?
Simone gave it to me.
Couch is
Fuck you.
So nice.
Couch is way stronger than Simone. He just took the camera.
Yeah.
Couch is stronger than me.
What's up, Pebble?
I can tell you. Yo, it's Little Pebble. I will be better than you one day.
Yeah, when I'm 50,
You have the most potential of
guard.
everyone.
What?
You hear that? I will be better than Andrew Wilson.
I didn't
one
say
day.
that. I said you have
By the time I'm 50, and this motherfucker's like 40.
Give me 1 year, dude, of actually
1 year.
training.
Okay,
Actual training.
okay.
Give
I know you're
me
gonna
1
say-
year. 1 year from today. 1 year from today, I'm about to 5 them.
This little athletic piece of shit. He doesn't realize that he's more athletic than I was.
10 times.
He's 18, I was 20 when I moved in the gym. I was 22 when I got my blue belt. This little piece of shit is gonna fucking kill everyone as long as he's not a sissy like that. You know what I mean? He just has to realize the technique matters, but it doesn't matter. They're not gonna be fast enough or aggressive enough or tenacious enough to deal with what he's going to bring to the table. He's going to take guys that are more technical than him, and he's going to make them cry.
Fuck yeah, good job, man.
I went in to Nogi Pans and I won. In my eyes, was it good? Yeah, 100%, but I didn't submit anybody. I didn't get a point scored on me, but I felt like I could have done a whole lot better than I did because I was just like, my nerves were racked up a whole lot, and I didn't feel like I competed how I should, like how I compete in the training room. I'm still working on like relaxing and how I compete in the training room, how I should compete in the competition.
Little Jacob, I think this is going to give him his confidence. You know what I mean? He's a kid. He's barely 18. He didn't know if he wants to do jiu-jitsu. He doesn't think he's very good. He gives me and George and Couch hard rounds, and he doesn't think he's good. You know what I mean? He needs to win stuff to learn that he can win stuff.
Little Jacob's just hard as nails, man. You know, every match he had was hard. I think he went against 4 or 5 Brazilian guys that all had Brazilian titles. I mean, they were all extremely tough, man. You know, he's an animal, man. You know, there was a clip on Flo of him throwing the guy off the mat, and it's like, you know, he's just got that mindset of like a 1980s Iowa wrestler. That's what he reminds me of with his hair and his block head. You know, that's what he's like. So, you know, he carries that out onto the mat. You know, I think he gets through a lot of stuff just being tougher than people, man. And it was an incredible display by him, man. He killed it, and you know, a gold at Blue Adult. He's got more than a year before he can even get his purple belt, you know, from IBJJF standards. So I think, you know, he's got a lot of stuff to work on too. So, you know, once he gets the jiu-jitsu down, stuff on bottom, I don't know if there's any hanging on to that kid, man. He's the future.
Of course, my goal is to be #1, but to make a good career out of it that I can enjoy. Because people always say, like, do what you love to do. And I know jiu-jitsu is kind of hard to make a career out of, but like if I could do that, then, I mean, I feel like I'll be pretty happy with what I'm doing in life then.
Nice, George, nice.
Hey, man, he don't like that, George. He doesn't like that, man. Yes, hey! It's there, George, it's there, heavy. It's there.
That was it, George, that's it. It's tight, it's tight, it's tight.
He's gonna tap, George. Go belly down on it again for me, man. Let's go. One more time. He's close.
It's tight, George, it's tight.
He's blowing now. Oh, we've been busy.
Good, 5 minutes, George, 5 minutes. You can finish this.
Yeah, George. Good, George, you're doing great here, buddy. Good deal, man, good deal. Keep your frames in place good, stay patient.
2 here, George, 2. Nice.
That's 2. You know that's 2, baby, let's go.
This is it, George, 29, 29. All the way here, George. Keep a good guard, keep a good guard, keep a good guard. Up, up, up. You can come up off that, George, if you want. It's 2. Good. 8 seconds, Georgie. Good, George. No advantage there. Good stuff. Good stuff, Georgie. Good stuff. That's it. That's time. It's been time. Time. That's it, Georgie. Let's go. Let's go.
First time.
George won! George got him won!
Pretty cool. Did you win?
Let's go!
Hey.
I did, bro. Let's go!
You let it fly, baby.
God damn, bro.
Hey, you know what we do? Diesel daddy. Hey.
Diesel daddy, diesel baby.
Diesel
right
baby.
Here.
And this is diesel.
Brown diesel.
Brown diesel. Diesel train. Nicaraguan nightmare.
Dude, George has been waiting on his win for a while, man. He's always, every time he shows up, he could have won every time. And then sometimes it doesn't go his way, but this time he just easily beat everyone.
This was George's first major IBJJF tournament that he's won. Today, I could just tell like a huge amount of relief out of him, you know, like this has been his dream and everything he's gave up, you know, to do this.
It felt good. That was like my first major victory. I won pretty dominantly. Like I felt like each match I was just better than the guys, like way better. What's changed really is now that like I know that I can accomplish that. Like I know that I can go do that now at tournaments. Like I kind of gave me like a big confidence boost. Like before I had all this potential, but I would go to tournaments and maybe I wouldn't show up. And now like having like that big achievement, it, you know, like mentally prepared me for like all this stuff next year. So like I'm really pumped for all the tournaments this year because I know I'm gonna kill it. So I'm just excited. My goals that I set, I still have them from when I was a white belt. It's black belt, world champion, gi, no gi, ADCC champion, weight, absolute. And that's still something I'm gonna chase, you know.
How are you compared to maybe when we saw you last year?
Where do you think you would be if you never found jiu-jitsu, if you never came to Pedigo? What would you have ended up doing, you think?
Man, I probably would have stayed in the Marine Corps, stayed in the military, probably killed myself. You have to sacrifice a lot to be able to live this, you know, relationships, normal stuff people think they normally do in life. So I think all the hardships I've had have made this to where like, this is what I want. To where most people, they would see this as being a hard life. I think for me and a lot of the guys here, this is like, it's easy for us. It's like what we love. I wouldn't be doing anything else than this right now, living in a van, just going around, training, competing with the guys. My life literally couldn't be any better. I just gotta like get myself to appreciate that, you know what I mean? Like realize that like, hey, everything's good. Don't fuck it up, you know what I mean? I think humans sometimes like to self-sabotage. I'm like guilty of that for sure. I'm the happiest I've ever been right now. I'm like learning every day to just be more grateful and appreciate how good our situation is more and more. I just gotta remind myself of that every day.
This is my trailer that I grew up in. I just seen like a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't have. There's no chance with me. Nothing's gonna stop me from making this happen.